Well, hi to everyone in Cisco in Galway, and congratulations on getting your gardening project. You should have received a 50 centimetre window box, a packet of nasturtium seed. This is a variety called Tutti Frutti. It's really easy to sow, it's really easy to grow, and gives lots of colour from early summer right through until autumn and even into early winter. You'll also have received a pack of begonia tubers. Again, begonias are so easy to grow, wonderful in window boxes or patio planters, and again will flower from June right through until early autumn, often dipping into winter. You'll also have received a pack of the GrowWise Bordemona potting compost, and this is a fabulous compost, Irish made, which will keep the plants blooming again right through until the end of the summer. So all you need to do is fill up the window box to within about 2 inches of the top of the box. So leave a area that when you water the plants during the summer, it acts like a well and allows the water to percolate down into the compost. So filling the window box up to about 3/4, give it a slight tap and firm down the compost. The compost should be moist but not too wet. So if you squeeze the compost, 2 or 3 drops of water should come out from it, but no more. Starting with the begonias, the begonia tubers. Remember, we've got three different colours, and we're going to space these equidistant across the window box. When you take the begonia to distinguish from bottom and top, the bottom is this rounded area here that goes down, and the top area is hollowed out in the centre that faces up. And it's as simple as that. And this is a great project to do with any family members, but particularly with children. Starting with the first begonia, I'm going to put it right here in the centre of the window box. You simply scoop back some of the compost, leave a small indentation and press the bulb. Just firm it in and cover over with compost. So that's the first one planted. How easy is that? Remember, we've pre-watered the compost, so it's moist to the touch but not too wet. And again, just putting the other bulbs. Again, remember, the bottom is that rounded side. Put that facing down and just cover it over with compost. And again, finishing with the final bulb. So that's 3 begonia tubers. Believe it or not, they're going to sprout in the next couple of weeks and start to produce their foliage. And then from early summer, generally about the middle of June, they start to bloom and bloom right through until the end of the summer, and they will completely fill the window box. But to give us some early colour, we can also going to sow some of the nasturtium seed. Now nasturtium, this is a dwarf variety called Tutti Frutti. It's got lovely variegated foliage, but a fabulous arrangement of different colours as well. Again, it flowers right through until the end of the summer, and in each packet you've got 25 seed. Now you'll only need to sow about 8 to 10 seed into the seed tray. So the remaining seeds you can sow in other pots and containers around your home, or indeed you can plant them out in the garden soil. Nasturtiums are a great plant for pollinators, to encourage the bees and the butterflies into your garden, and they're also edible. So if you fancy eating them during the summer months, feel free to pick the open flowers. You can use them, you can stuff them with stuffing and eat them raw. They're absolutely delicious. They're quite fleshy in texture. So again, the seed is quite large, so it's very easy to sow. And again, this is a great project for children in particular. Love to sow the seed of nasturtium. So I've about 8 seed there, and you just again simply press them in kind of zigzag shape across the surface of the compost. Like that. It's very, very simple. Just push them in, push them home. Don't worry about putting a couple of the seed on top of the begonias. The begonias will just find their way up through the nasturtium seed. So there you go. Just press them home. And if you give the container a slight tapping, that will cover the seed completely. Now, here's a little tip for you. So remember, we have filled the window box with the compost, leaving about 2 inches at the top. We've watered the compost, having it moist but not too wet. We've pressed home the begonia bulbs, so they're sitting about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches into the compost. And we finally sown the seed just under the surface of the compost. So they're not visible, you cannot see them, but they're there. So finally, just get a little bit of cling film and simply put the cling film across the surface of the container, and that will keep the moisture in. It'll save the need for watering. This is going to save you a job. So simply just get the cling film, spread it across the top like that, and this can be placed then indoors in a bright location. So I generally keep it indoors in the house on a sunny, bright south facing or east facing windowsill. The cling film stops the moisture from evaporating, so there's no need to water. And when you see the young seedlings beginning to sprout, it'll take about 10 days, maybe 14 days indoors. As soon as you see them popping through the compost, simply take off the cling film layer and allow the plants to grow on. Keep them indoors until about the end of April. So anytime from the late April onwards, you can start putting the container outside. At that stage, the plants will be a couple of inches high. They'll be growing really strongly. You will need to water about once a week while the window box is indoors, once they've germinated. And after that, it's simply during the summer watering in dry weather, possibly daily if it's really dry, and give them the occasional liquid feed. You can use something like a tomato feed. So it's as simple as that. The begonias will give you lots of colour. Look at them there. They flower from mid-June right through to the end of the summer. They're so easy to grow. You can simply sit that on your windowsill outdoors from the end of April onwards, or indeed just leave it sitting on your patio. And as long as you water it and feed it, it will continue to flower until late autumn, early winter. So if you've got any questions, you can contact us here in Galway, Horkins Garden Centre in Odenmore in Galway. Feel free to give us a ring if you want any advice, or you can visit our website horkins.ie. Bye for now, and good luck with your gardening project.